Guys, get ready. I'm gonna coach you now. This is something we do a lot inside Speakathon, but I'm happy to do it even now. I'm gonna show you how to do it the right way. So what we're gonna do is an important topic that we'll deal with as a team today. We are like you're gonna be working as a team today. So unmute yourself and turn off the video. Turn on the video is what I mean. If you can't be on video, then it won't make sense right now for us to do it. Okay, perfect. Vijay, your video is not working? Okay, there you go. So what we're going to do is one single topic I'll give to each person one by one. You will speak. We're going to do it in a different way today. Sure. And those of you who are watching who are not on video right now, who are watching, watch how they do it. And I'm going to give you feedback at the end. The topic is same for everybody. You have 90 seconds to speak. Vijay, clear? 90 seconds. Madhusudan, 90 seconds. Topic is, and I will give you a minute to think. 1 minute to think, and then 1.5 minutes to speak. So first person that will speak is Manoj Rajan. Second will be Madhusudan. Third will be Manoj Kumar Samal. Fourth will be Vijay Kumar, in that order. Okay. When somebody is done, don't ask them what was it. We go to the next speaker. We'll give you the overall later on, one by one. Are you guys clear about what I'm talking about? Okay. So your topic is, what does freedom mean to me? What does freedom mean to me? All right. Let's see how you deal with that. And after you speak, at the end, I'll give you individual feedback for all four of you. Okay. So Manoj Rajan will be first, then Madhusudan, then Manoj Kumar Samal, then Vijay Kumar. You have 1 minute to think. So take your time and prepare now. "45 seconds to go." Nubama, how long to go? Can you speak?
Yes, I'm actually timing it, so they have more 30 seconds. Ten seconds to go, guys. All right. We have completed 1 minute, and Manoj Rajan, all the best. Are you ready? Unmute.
You use the 90 seconds fully. Don't go too beyond 90 seconds for everybody. So if you want to open a phone and a stopwatch quickly and keep it in front of you so you don't go over time, you're more than welcome to do it.
Manoj, you are not unmuted. Is there a problem to unmute?
So get a stopwatch or everything and get ready. Okay. Yeah. Nupama, we can start.
Yes. Yes, Manoj, you have unmuted now. You were unmuted. Yes. Yes, you're on. You're on.
Is it audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. Freedom to me is, the independence that I need to get in my life. Right now, I am not doing things at my pace. I am dependent on, I'm getting instructions from others, and then I'm proceeding based on that. So independence is, you should start doing things on your own pace, at your own, time. And I would like to be, my own boss in whatever I'm doing. In fact, I want to, get into a leadership role where I am the number one in that organization, or in a finance function. And then leadership is something which I'm looking at. I need to take myself to the next level, where the next level in you requires a change in you. So that is the whole reason why I'm attending this session with Bishal. And then what I need is I'll be totally independent if I'm able to contribute to society. Right now, whatever I'm earning, I'm contributing a small percentage every month, but then I would like to even contribute more. So if I'm able to achieve all this and a good health, then I think I would have achieved freedom in my own capacity. Thank you all.
Still have 10 seconds.
So,
All right, and your time is up. Well done, Manoj. We'll move to the next speaker now. And after that, once it's completed, we'll come to you. All right, Madhusudan, are you ready? Is your video stuck? You're back. Awesome. Unmute. All the best. Start speaking.
Madhusudan, unmute and talk. Network issues. That's fine. You're not facing any network issue now, so start. Oh, he faced again. Let's go with Manoj Kumar Samal. Anupama.
Okay, sure. Manoj, are you ready?
Yeah.
All
Am
the
I
best.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah.
Start.
Hi, Bishal. Hi, Anupama.
Sorry. So actually, I'm facing some network issues.
Madhusudan, we'll come to you. We'll come to Manoj
So
first.
freedom,
Once Manoj finishes speaking, we'll come
means
to you.
Shall I start?
Manoj, you can start.
Okay. Hello, Vishal. Hello, Anupama. Hello.
You're looking very happy.
Yeah. Freedom to me is whatever you want to do, you should be able to do it from your heart. There are something we keep aside, even though we want to do it, because of our responsibilities towards our family, towards our friends, towards our company. We will not be able to do it. So that is not freedom. Sometimes something in you in which you are happy, but you are not able to do it. So we should be able to find peace in whatever we do, and we should also allow our relatives, our close ones, our whomsoever we are dealing with, they should also find some. They should be also able to express themselves to us, and we should be also express them our feelings. That we call freedom. Freedom for different people it will be different, but for me, being only financial independence, it's also freedom. But whatever we should do from our heart. We should not be compelled to do something, even though sometimes our boss tells us to do something, but that may be incorrect, but still we have to do it. That is not freedom for me. So even sometimes we do something which is quite opposite uh, for other people, but uh,
Your time is up, Manoj.
thank you.
All right, we'll move to the next speaker.
Good.
We'll come to you towards the end. Vijay, preparation.
See if Madhusudan is back, and then if not, then we'll go to Vijay.
Madhusudan, are you back?
yes, Anupama.
All right. Are you able to speak now?
Yes, yes.
All right. All the best, Madhusudan. Start. Vijay will come to you after this.
Thank you, Vishal and Anupama, for giving me this opportunity. So freedom, I feel there are two types of things. One is to act and take decisions. And another one is to present thoughts for the problem and share and be part of the solution. So in my experience, it will be like whenever there is a problem, okay, we may not be able to act and take decisions alone, or it may not be like sometimes we expect that we need to be part of the solution kind of thing. So it depends on the context in which part we will be there. Okay. So as a leader, okay, and representing some members, okay, or representing some department, so we might need to take decisions quickly. So we expect freedom, and if there is a freedom, we were able to take decisions in time and quickly. Sometimes we may not be, there may be multiple what we call multiple solutions. Okay, so to see that which one is the best one, okay, and it's better to actually consult with the other stakeholders. It can be family with respect to the family members, or if it is an office, it can be with the team members, and it can be senior people or juniors, whatever. Okay, it's a
Time
team.
is up. Madhusudhan. But you did really good, really good. We'll come to you towards the end once again. Vijay, all the best.
Okay. Shall I start?
Yes.
Okay.
please.
Good evening, friends. This is Vijay Kumar from Bangalore. Today, I'm going to speak about freedom on Independence Day, on our 75th anniversary of independence. So freedom is a very big word, and freedom means has different meanings to different people. To me, freedom means to do what you want to do. To most people, freedom means to doing whatever they want to do freely without any conditions. To me, freedom means the freedom of choice, the choice to do what we want to do in a disciplined manner with a self-discipline. So to me, freedom is most importantly do the freedom of choice with self-discipline. That is, let us say, if everybody is free to, if everybody wants freedom to drive, say, in a road at whatever speed they want, if everybody is allowed to drive in whatever speed where they want, whatever direction they want, you know what is going to happen. Nobody is going to reach anywhere. And everybody wants to reach freely wherever they want. We want to reach Koramangala in 20 minutes. It's not possible. So freedom is following the discipline, following the rules. Say, and as a finance private wealth manager, if I have to say a simple in my business, everybody wants to, not in my business, everybody in life wants to be rich, but you need to follow a simple and you have a choice of being rich. And all you have to do is follow simple discipline of saving regularly and systematically. What the returns comes doesn't matter. What you do is more important, and you do it discipline, automatically it grows. So that is the freedom. You have a freedom of choice. For me to freedom is
up.
once again. Okay, thank you. I'll stop
You
here.
did really well. First of all, round of clap for everyone. Everyone did
Thank
well. Vishal, I would like to know from you how you.
Sure. So I think that you guys did very well overall, and I'll give you how to structure your thoughts in a better way right now. I've written some notes for each individual, what you spoke, and I'll tell you the missing link for each person. So first of all, Manoj Rajan. So for you, your main point was you used your personal example, right, Manoj? So that I'm getting instructions from others and I'm doing it. I want to be my own boss. I want to be the number one, in my organization, and I want to contribute more. So you made it about your story, like your specific example, right?
Yeah.
So we'll come to what is good about it and what is missing in that. I'll come to that. Second was Manoj Kumar. Is that Samal or Samal? How do you pronounce that, Manoj?
It is Samal.
Samal. Okay.
Yeah.
So I liked what you said, which is do it from the heart, that no matter what you're doing, we have to find peace within the work that we do. And I also liked how you mentioned about expression, that we have to express with other people and we have to allow other people to express what they think with us. That is very good. I'll tell you what is missing in just a second. Then Madhusudan came and you spoke about two paths. One is, act and take decision. And second is present your thought and in a collaborative manner, become a part of the solution, right? And you talked about that, hey, you took the democracy angle, like, you can decide, but make sure you also talk to the other stakeholders and decide together. Very good. Vijay, what I liked is, you started talking about freedom and you brought it back to your career, which is finance. That's a good thing done. You brought it back to how finance is related to the freedom. All of these are great, 1.5 minute micro speech. The problem with all of this is these are some good thoughts. These are the notes I've taken based on what you spoke. What was lacking, Vijay, what was lacking, Manoj and Madhusudan, was the structure. There are many ways to structure a speech. Okay. You had a structure. Understand that. It's not that you did not, but you did not know what structure you are following. You're speaking and the structure is taking part. It's like if you do not have a map and if you're driving, you're following a map, but you don't know what map you're following, but you're going in some directions. You get what I'm talking about? So you're following a structure that you are not aware of. You're randomly going. The first thing from today anytime a topic is given to you for practice or in office presentation, anywhere, instantly take 15 seconds and think how I'm going to go through that. Like, instead of thinking what to say, create a 3-point framework in the mind. I'm going to give you some examples. I'll give you one example for now. Let's say I'm going to take Manoj Rajan's example, the first one. How, Manoj, you could structure this thought is current reality, desired reality, audience question. Just like that. Just write this down. This is for Manoj. You can also, all of you can also write. So Manoj, how you could do it? It's present reality, desired reality, audience question. I'll tell you how it works. So how much time do I have for the speech, Manoj? How much time were you given for this?
1.5 minutes.
So if there are 3 parts and if they're divided equally, how much would each part get?
Half a minute each.
So that is a quick decision you have to make in the mind before you even start. Okay, I have 1.5 minutes, 3 parts, 30 seconds, go. You can say the 30 seconds, for example. I'm not going to go into the entire speech. It was yours, but let's say if I Hi, my name is Manoj Rajan, and freedom to me is to be able to do what I really want to do. For example, I'm getting a lot of instructions from others right now, and I'm doing it. And it feels like sometimes, I've been working in my career, but I don't have the full freedom to do what I want to do in my career or personal life. And I'm sure many of you also face that same thing. So that is absolutely not independence. That is more like dependence and codependence. And a lot of people struggle with that. They struggle with that. And that's the reason they're not able to achieve the freedom. Desired reality. What I really want to go do is, I want to be my own boss, and I want to be the number one person and number one leader in my organization. Currently, I am contributing some, but I want to contribute even more. I want to contribute with my time. I want to contribute with teaching. I want to contribute with money. I want to make sure that I have the ability and the desire and the discipline to do what I want to do when I want to do it without taking permission or approval from anybody else. That's what being a boss to me means. Now, the question is not 30 seconds done. Now, the question is not about what freedom means to me. The question is what freedom means to you. I don't know that. Maybe freedom means to you to be your own boss. Maybe freedom means to you to have that financial freedom. Maybe freedom means to you to contribute more. No matter what it means, what I recommend is take a piece of paper, chalk it down, write down in clear terms, what does freedom mean to you? And by next year, 15th August, achieve that so that you can be free. Remember, you are not a tree, so you can be free. 90 seconds. You see your content, but the structure was current reality, my desired reality, and then audience question. Manoj, does that make sense to you?
Yes, absolutely.
Simple structures. So these are structures you could come up with. You can do that, Manoj Kumar Samal, you can do that. Vijay, you could do that. I'm going to give one more framework. Would that be helpful by a raise of hand to you if I give you one more framework that you guys could use? So let's take an example for so Vijay, let's take Vijay's example. Okay. Again, I gave the example to Manoj, but remember, more is caught than is taught. So you think now how you could use the same framework for yourself. Madhusudan, Manoj Kumar Samal, think. I'm going to give the example to Vijay now. Vijay, the framework you could use, and again, many of you can use too, is the moment you connect one thing to another, create what I call a blank feeling, Vijay. I'll explain to you what I mean. Create a blank feeling. You shouldn't say, you should ask and let them come to the conclusion. I'll give an example so it's clear, but first of all, let me teach the principle. You shouldn't tell them what they need to think. You need to give them the questions so they come to the conclusion. So how you could do it is, you spoke about freedom is about having the choice to do what we want to do, but we have to have the proper self-discipline. That was the main point for the first 30 seconds. Then you connected that to the, save money, invest money in the right way. All that is fine. But which I think about from the audience's perspective, at that time, the audience will think, makes sense. He's from finance background. So he's talking about finance. So you are creating a subconscious skepticism in the audience's minds. Are you getting what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Vijay, are you getting it?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
For example, if I'm a health trainer, but if I say that, health is wealth, people will think, yeah, but he's a health trainer. That's the reason he's saying it. How do you now not say it, but let them say it? You can say something like this. Guys, the question really is, let's say you speak for 45 seconds, then you say statements like, I'm going to give you the template. You want to write this down, Vijay. If you have dash, but if you don't have dash, do you really have dash? And I'll help you. And you do it 3 times. Okay. If you have dash, but you don't have dash, do you really have dash? So how Vijay could end in the last 30 seconds and saying something like this. Guys, I have a question for you. If you really have a lot of dream, but you don't have a proper wealth management system, do you really have freedom? If you earn a lot of money, but you don't know how to multiply the money, do you really have independence? If you have a great family and you have a great career, but you can't go to bed every single night peacefully thinking about money, do you really have freedom? Freedom, in my opinion, is to have that peace of mind, to have the choice to do what we want to do with that self-discipline. My name is Vijay Kumar, and I help people achieve that self-discipline with money and finance so they can achieve that financial freedom. Thank you. Can you see what I did? If you have dash, but if you don't have dash, do you have dash? Vijay, what are they saying? What is the audience saying at that time when I asked that question?
Now the audience is thinking, yeah, I have this, but I don't have the second one. Now, how do I reach the final destination? What I want to do?
You are creating a blank feeling. So you're not telling you, if you have this, see how I could do this is this. If you have career, but if you don't have proper wealth management system, then you don't have freedom. What I did is I said it. I made a statement. No. Question. If you have this, but if you don't have that, do you really have freedom? So you're making the audience think about it. You can do it in one-on-one conversations. You can do it in group. You can do it all the time, right? And just by doing that, you can do. For example, another example, Manoj Kumar Samal, you said expressing yourself. So you can say the same structure could be used there. Manoj, you could say things like, if you do everything from your heart, and if you express yourself, or something like this. If you love your life, but you're not able to express yourself properly, is that freedom? If you have a lot of contacts and a lot of connections, but if you don't let them express their heart to you, is that freedom? And if you do a lot of different stuff, but if you don't find peace in the work that you do, is that any independence at all? Do you see what I'm doing? I took the statements that you said, turned them into question, and that makes a great micro speech. Guys, this is the thing. There is no point giving a 30-minute presentation if you're making, if you can make micro adjustment in the one minute, because that's the thing, right? Make the small 1-minute adjustments and you're going to see a rocking change in your presentations. Madhusudan, Manoj, Vijay, does that make sense to you? Are you guys getting out of it?
It's great.
Okay. I'd love to ask you, if you don't mind, individually, if you just ask, what was your in this, and we'll wrap up the call now. What was your biggest takeaway in what we did now, based on the feedback that you learned, the framework or anything, so that it is not, oh, I learned great, so that it's anchored. So.
Sure. Vishal, I have one quick question though. So this framework that you taught, is absolutely, I felt that it is also expandable when you speak in a 30-minute capacity or 1 hour capacity, right? You can totally fix this framework in any length of speech that you're speaking, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. These are called nuggets. Nuggets are things you can drop in every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes in a speech. So it doesn't mean that 60 minutes, all you're doing is asking questions. No, but let's say you have a 60-minute presentation. Maybe I can find an example later on. So this is one thing I taught also Palash, who closed a $10 million deal, is if you have dash, but if you don't have dash, and then we fill in the blank and we do it. So it is not about 1 minute or, I just showed you how to install. This is called neuro emotional persuasive speaking, NEPS. You're getting the audience to come to their own conclusion that works in their favor. That's a win-win situation for you and them. If you tell them, they doubt you. But if you ask them, do they doubt you? What did I do now? I just asked you the question. I didn't say they don't doubt you. I said, do they doubt you? Do you see what I just did? I said, if you tell them, they doubt you. But if you ask them, do they doubt you? Who's answering? You. Then that's when you're connecting with me. More. Okay. Anupama, thank you.
Thank you, Bishal, for the clarification. I'd just like to start with Madhusudan. So what was the most important learning that you had today, or the most important framework that you learned?
So one is a hot formula, where
Yes.
honesty is the one which is actually most important thing to understand the people and inspire the people with your failures. Okay, with example, and inspire the people with my failures. Okay, instead of telling that what is success means. Okay, so that's where we are connecting closely with the audience.
Yes. Without compromising on your credibility. Remember that.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yes, very
Yeah.
important. Thank you, Madhusudan. Vijay, what about you? Which was your most core learning?
The core learning is basically this last one, what do you call, after you took me off 5 of us in the one-to-one coaching, the core learning is this: whether it's 1 minute or 90 minutes, 90 seconds, or 1 hour or 30 minutes, you can create impact in 90 seconds also, or you can take 60 minutes also and still not do it, or do it in multiple times. Like as I said, in every Vishal said, every 10 minutes you can create a nugget if it's a 60-minute presentation. So it does not need to be that you have to, it's every time it not be a 1 hour or a 2 hour presentation and set up the things, and you can create the impact in your what is that we call it as by an elevator speech, and go follow through it with these nuggets.
Yes.
That was my final takeaway. Besides all these things, because I need to what do you call, rest the heart and other thing. Really, I need to absorb that, because half the things I've already forgotten. It's quite heavy. Note. And I had the luxury of, I just want to add, I had the luxury of speaking last, so I could, because first, when you give 1 minute to prepare, I could not even decide what freedom is, because the 1 minute, because I was on the clock ticking away.
Right.
So once I decided what freedom is, then we could finish the way. Then obviously I could not structure it. Obviously I could not, and I felt from my side myself, I spoke more like a lecturer than like putting across my views, because it was in one tone. That was my thing. That my main takeaway is that we can do it in we can create an impact in 30 seconds as well as in the longer version also.
Today is just your second session. So first of all, I want you to understand, Vijay, it is fine. It is fine not to, we haven't gone to spontaneous speaking yet. We spontaneously you. And tell me this, you brought the 1 minute and 90-minute thing or 60-minute thing. If I'm not able to structure my thoughts properly for 1 minute, I mean, think about it. If I have 60 minutes, but if I'm not able to do it in 1 minute, can I really deliver great presentation for 60 minutes?
No, actually,
pause. What did I do? Who can catch? The framework that I gave you. If I have 60 minutes, if you have dash.
Yes.
But if I if I can't do it in 1 minute, do I have dash? Meaning, can you see what I just now did? I wanted to demonstrate it.
Absolutely.
So guys, what I want you to do, Vijay, including you, Manoj, use this at your home today. You don't need a presentation only. Like talk to your spouse, if you have kids or any family member, next time you meet them, or if they are with you right now, ask them, talk any conversation and use the framework in the mind. Make mistakes, but see, they don't know that what framework you're using. If you have dash, but if you don't have dash, do you really have dash? So that's what I wanted to say.
Yes. I also hope the people who are not on the video, you're taking notes as well, and you use this at your home today as well. Make sure you do that. Atul
Gawane from Nagpur says, awesome, great. Anupama, let's quickly wrap it up with the quick feedback from
Manoj, what was the best learning for you, and what did you learn most?
I think if you want to say, we have to first of all structure. If we structure it, then we will be knowing what exactly we are saying. Otherwise, in my speech, what I have observed is I noted down all my points before speaking, but when I started, I forgot everything. So ended up repeating the same sentence in my speech. So that makes our speech very logic. So we have to structure properly. It will take some time. If we structure it, then we will not forget our points and we can deliver a commendable speech.
Yes, truly. Thank you, Manoj, for sharing.
Thank you.
Manoj, Rajan, yes. What about
Yes.
you? What would you like to share?
No, today we learned about heart, and in heart, I think honesty is the most I liked, because a lot of people, though they show, as if they are honesty, but the kind of actions doesn't, really show that. And this session was extremely good, though I was the first to go. I mean, I didn't get enough time to, jot down the points. But then the way Bishal helped me in structuring that with the decide reality, current reality, and posing a question to the audience, I think that was wonderful. That's a big learning for me today.
That's great. Thank you, Manoj. Thank you. I'm now going to move you all to the attendee again. And all the people who did not come on the video, I would like to ask you as well. What was your core learning today? What did you learn the most?
And as they type, and before you take them off, I just want to ask you quickly in one sentence, maybe if you just stay unmuted. Vijay, Manoj, Rajan, and Madhusudan. So we spent about an hour talking about the HEART formula, HERT for audience connection. Is that valuable to you? By a raise of hand, is that valuable to you?
Yes.
Do you think you can use some of these techniques to connect more with audience? Yes or no?
Yes. We have to practice a lot.
Right. And then what we did with the, bringing you instantly and giving the coaching, is this theoretical or is this practical? What do you believe?
It is practical.
It is practical.
Okay, good. What I want you to do next is I want you to not say, okay, when is the next session? Because that's the wrong question. Thing is, what are the takeaways that I'm going to practice from the current session until the next session in my personal and professional life? Madhusudan, got it? Vijay, got it? Manoj, got it?
Yes.
Without that, sessions become just sessions. It's just sessions. And then I know people who year after year, they struggle. And it's not that they want to struggle. The problem is that they're not able to absorb. Remember in the beginning, I said the knowing and doing gap. If you know a lot, but if you don't do you really know? Get it? See, another time I just used, if you do dash, but if you don't do dash, do you really see? This is how to do it. Think all the time. Tell your child, if you have a child and they don't want to, they think that, okay, you're wasting time. Say, if you're in front of mobile, but if you're not, if you're watching a movie, but you're also playing a music, are you really enjoying the movie? See, if you do dash, but if you don't do dash, do you really have dash? Atif says, if you deliver a speech, but we don't remember the structure, can audience remember it? Yeah. Cool. Venkat says, make the framework before you start the speech instead of what's to say. Yeah, that's very important. Is don't go randomly start talking, because average speakers think sentence by sentence. If you read the book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of the principles of the book is begin with the end in mind. As a speaker, before you start speaking, you have to know where you're ending and you reverse engineer. And this kind of processes we do a lot inside Speakathon, but that's all I had to say. Anupama, you can, that question from Bhaskar is, I'll answer that in just a second. You can move them to the attendee list. I'll just quickly wrap it up now. See you in the next session, guys. And for those of you who will be on the video next time, that's going to be awesome too.